This conference will now be recorded.
Sorry. So when I come into lambda function versus the traditional approach, nothing but to create a function. The objective is to meet the requirement. If you have a small function to like doing a sum or doing a cube or doing some kind of one line syntax, you have two options. Either you can go with lambda functions or you can call with the help of your traditional functions. There is another opportunity you have with the help of lambda function. In case if you want to call the existing function, you have an option to call lambda function also. So if you see here an example purpose to give the differentiation between that, lambda as I explained you can do the single line syntax. If I want to do the square of an x, so just I'm writing lambda x colon x multiply x. So the system automatically do the activity or it is going to give the response to you. This function for execution purpose, for my requirement purpose, I'm storing in a variable called f1 and f1 of 10. So whenever I use f1 of 10, system automatically pass this 10 value to the lambda and it is going to be square it and it is going to give the result as 100. 10 into 10. Similarly, f1 of 20, you're going to get 400. But where if I'm coming to normal function, so I need to use a def and some function name like f3 and in bracket I need to pass the value of x value and I need to return the value with x into x. Then what I need to do is I need to write print f of 3 and pass the value what you want to be displayed. So f of 3 of 10, system is going to return as 100. F of 3 of 20, system is going to return as 400. So writing instead of 3 lines or 4 lines or 100 lines, you can complete the activity in single line. That's with the help of your lambda. It's not mean that lambda is good and a normal traditional method is bad. It's not like that. Wherever you have simplified the program, you can write it lambda. Wherever you cannot, go with a normal traditional approach. So we can provide multiple arguments, but only one expression. So I want to do, I want to pass multiple arguments like x, y, z, a, b, c. Some arguments I want to be passed, and I want to return the values from that. So those scenario lambda will work means yes, it will be work. Example lambda x comma y, x multiply y. So I am passing after lambda, I'm passing the arguments like x and y, colon the expression what it has to be x multiply y. I cannot do multiple expressions like x multiply y, x minus y, x square comma y square. So multiple expressions it cannot be handled. It can handle only one expression. That is the reason I'm telling simple syntaxes and pass that lambda syntax into p, some variable called p, then print p of two arguments x value and y value 10 comma 20. So the system is going to take based on the position, x is going to be 10 and y equal to 20. X multiply y is nothing but 10 multiply 20, that is going to be 200. You're getting 200 here. Clear? Any questions? Or directly you can pass x and y values also. Nothing wrong with that. So in which situation we can use lambda function in the sense, as I told you, in a simple syntaxes and one argument, one expression we are going to use it. You can go with lambda. And apart from that, in case if you want to be called one function within the function, then also you can use lambda. For example, in which situation you can go for lambda function means when you are providing one function as a parameter to another function, then we can go for lambda function. That's one line syntax. I have a function f function
Are you there, Amar? Hello?
Amar, we are not.
Something like,
We're not able to hear your voice.
how about now?
Yeah, I can
Now,
hear.
So where you could not, you can able to see the screen, and where we lost.
I think we lost in middle.
Okay. So when you're coming to the traditional method, so I need to, in case if I want to pass one function outcome into the another function, then I need to define two functions. Then I need to give f1 of f2. So f2 values will go to f1 value as an argument. Then f1 will do the expressions according to that. So you're writing two different functions, but just passing a value and giving some kind of some returns like a square or something, go with lambda. System automatically give the results as per your expectations. So here is an example. So my first expression, sorry, function def function of one print x, some function, just a simple example. Another function I have x equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to x plus y, print z, and I'm returning the value of z to function f2. Now f1 of f2. So the value whatever I have in f2 will be an argument for f1, and it's going to give a print. That is the outcome of this. Is it clear what I'm trying to say?
Yes, Amar.
This part. Now the same thing by using a lambda, how we can write means there is another option. You have to write one function. The other function what I'm doing is lambda x colon x multiply 5. So this, and this is going to be second function I'm writing within the f1 itself. So I whatever I'm passing for the x, that x value will be multiplied with 5 and take it as an argument for f1, and it is going to be say that f1 saying hello, and it is going to be give the outcome. Clear? Now what is the x value here means y of time. Clear? Any questions?
Yeah, explain again, Amar.
So here what I'm trying to say, lambda x colon x multiply 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now here what I need to do is I need to
I think we are
can
voice again.
now it's clear.
Yeah, now.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is when you don't want to write multiple functions to give the same outcome, you have a simple syntax to be passed and get the returns, then go with lambda. Now you have one thing here, function f of y is nothing but an argument, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to, in this function, my first statement is print function 1 saying hello. This is clear.
Mm-hmm.
Then print y of 10. Y is nothing but what? Argument.
Yeah.
And in bracket 10, nothing but again within the argument.
Mm-hmm.
Indirectly I'm trying to say y of 10, nothing but the value which you are passing to the function y, argument y, is nothing but 10 only, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if this is within the function. Now I'm coming to outside of function saying that f1 is my function. In bracket I'm passing lambda x colon x multiply 5. Instead of writing this syntax, this function syntax, I'm writing in single line. So lambda is nothing but without the function name. I'm passing x value I don't know, right? X value I'm not passing, but colon x multiply 5. But when you're coming to function 1, I already clearly mentioned it's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it is taking the 10 and passing to x value, x multiply 5, nothing but 50 will be displayed. Are you getting?
Okay. Yeah.
So just simple logic, you need to think analytically. It's not something straightforward. If you feel confused with lambda, go with your standard traditional method. Nothing wrong in that. So filters. By using a lambda function, I can also maintain a filters. Filters are nothing but based on certain conditions, you're going to be maintain a subset from the main set. Filters are the data is based on the conditions. Filters functions takes two arguments. Lambda function as my first parameter, iterable type like a list. Now I have one list 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. There are some values I'm storing in a variable called list1. It is a collection of data and it's in square bracket, so list only. So print list. I'm getting my list outcome. I'm okay with that. Now I want to get the subset from here wherever I have the x value more than 30. Not even 30, only more than 30. So I'm using a function called filter in bracket lambda. So lambda can be used for filters also. X value colon x greater than 30. So one expression I'm following. X, if the x greater than 30, then use a filter and store the values into res. Where is the list and where is the values means the values are located in list1. So list1 is nothing but this data set. So my first argument is going to be lambda expression. Second argument is nothing but data set or iterable items. Now when you say print res and type of res, you can see that is going to be a list and the values are 40, 50, 60. Clear? Any questions?
No, ma.
Now I want to print one after one. So create another empty list which we discussed in the long for loop time. So create an empty list res1 and for I in res. So res I have 40, 50, 60 and I'm going to append it to the empty list. So res1 dot append and the value whatever I have in res one after one. So first it will take 40, second it will take 50 and third it will take 60. And when you say print res1, system will display 40, 50, 60, which are the values which are greater than 30. The same thing, instead of using this 3-line syntax, we go with like this. So filter lambda x colon x greater than 30. Nothing but the values which are greater than 30 I want to be display from the list, from the data set called list1. And this one, this entire data whatever you collected from the filter should be converted as a list and store it into res. Are you getting my point? Hello.
Yes, Amar.
So when you say print res and type res, system automatically created. List is going to be created. Hope you are clear. Giri and instead of writing from res to print res1 like 4 lines, 5 lines, we complete in 2 lines. The same syntax. Why Amar? Why not stop it in the print res type res in the sense? This is going to create a filter object. You can see here. To convert as a list, we use a for loop to convert as a list. But the same thing, but just by giving a outer colons with a list function, I converted my filter function into list function. So instead of using for loop, so you need to decide sorry, how much code we can able to reduce it. The only thing is based on the practice. Generally blindly not blindly, since we learned first initially the for loop, so we prefer to go with for loop. Okay, this is a filter object. To convert as a list, just type use for loop and write these 2 lines of syntax, system automatically convert into list. But why not we use a list function on top of filter? System automatically convert the filter values to list or store it into a variable in a single line syntax. Clear?
Mhm.
The same thing I mentioned here. The previous one, copy paste. I want only the employees who belongs to city Mumbai. I have employees like Amar and his salary, he department, location, and gender. So some information I have. Similarly, Amini and Giri. I have 3 employees IDs, 3 employee names, 3 employee salary, 3 departments, locations, and gender. Now, if you observe here, this is a nested loop. Within the list, another list. Each employee details is listed with a square bracket, and all the data is again listed with main bracket. So it's a nested list. Are you agreeing with that?
Mm.
Now from here, I want the data who belongs to Mumbai only. I don't want all the information. So again, I need to maintain a condition. How to maintain a condition without seeing? I can use lambda function by using a filter.
Yeah.
So I just use filter in bracket lambda. I'm passing each record. Amar, Amini, Giri. 3 records are there. So 3 records I'll pass it. Nothing but x variables, x values.
Mhm.
But within the x, again it is a list. Amar is one list, Amini is another list, Giri is another list, right? What I want it to be compared, I need to the people who belongs to Mumbai. That means city I have to be compared. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing but 0 position, first position, second position, third position, and fourth position value. So everywhere in every list, either Amini or Amar or Giri, the fourth position value is a city. Are you getting?
Mhm.
So x square bracket 4, nothing but the position of the city is double equal to Mumbai. Since it's a string, I maintain single or double quotation, comma, data set is EMPS. So the system is going to be filter the data wherever you have the fourth position value as a Mumbai, it will be filtered and store it into Mumbai underscore records. But I don't want to store it as a filter object. I want to be converted as into list object. So on top of filter, I just use list function. So system automatically convert the data into list function and it will be stored into Mumbai records. Now I want to see how many records are there. I don't want to see the numbers, the names. I want to see the count only. So length of Mumbai. Then I finally I used Mumbai records. You can see here the number of records is 2 and the records is Amar and Giri in the blue color. Amar and Giri. Is it clear? Any
Mm.
questions?
No, not.
Giri,
Yes, Sam.
Giri.
Yes, Sam.
Similarly I want only the male employees to be there. Filter records. Same, nothing different. But the thing is, right now it is not a data set or an Excel sheet where I have a column name is a city or a male. So I'm just following a positions. So the position for male gender is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth position is the male. Or it is a gender. So X square bracket 5 double equal to male. I want only the males from the dataset called EMPS. So by using a filter, I filtered. Then by using a list function, I converted as a list. You have an option to convert into a set or tuple and store it into Mumbai records and save it and see the prints. You can see number of records are 2, which are males. Similarly, the salary which is greater than 1 lakh. Salary is located in third position, but in Python terminology, second position, 0, 1, 2. So X in square bracket 2 greater than 1 lakh. Syntax is not changing, just expressions are changing and the positions are changing. Number of records is again 2. One is a Amini, the second is a Giri. Their salaries are higher than 1 lakh. Clear? Any questions? How to
No.
use a filter function? Now, according to you, for an example, the system got matched up while doing the upgradation from one server to other server. The duplicate records are created. That means 101 Amar is created 2 times. Yamini is created 2 times. Giri is created 2 times. Example. Now the company is coming back to you and asking you, just maintain one record, remove the duplicates. So what you can do? Are you getting my point?
Yes, Samar.
So do you have any function to do that? If yes, which function? Think. So if I'm going details about filter, as I told you, filters with multiple conditions also we can use it. Not only single condition like greater than 1 lakh or equal to male or equal to Mumbai, something like that. It's a single condition we maintain. Can we maintain multiple conditions? Means yes. So I have data set and I want an employee who belongs to IT department and he should be a male. So I have multiple condition. So filter lambda function and it should be IT employee. So the position is 3. So X in bracket 3 equal to IT and he should be a male. So X square bracket 5 equal to male. Then only the system is going to be consider a record for filtration purpose, or else system will drop that. In case if one of the conditions is not satisfied, it will be removed. Or I will say another way, if the employee is belongs to IT or his salary is more than 1 lakh, just filter the record. So if I use R condition, at least one record has to be satisfied. One condition has to be satisfied. Any questions? Till now. Filter.
No.
How many did you got my assignment? What I'm trying to say? Huh? Same records, just copy and paste it. 101, 102, 103 as another 3 more records, 101, 102, 103. Now, when you are creating your filter function, system has to consider only one record and remove the duplicates. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, Amar.
Giri,
We
I
need,
hope you are getting.
we need to remove the duplicate records, right?
Yes, I don't want 10 lines of syntax. I just want maximum 3-4 lines.
Okay.
So that is a condition again. Maximum 2 lines or 3 lines, it has to be finished.
Okay.
Then map function. Map function is also one of the key role when you're coming to data analytics. So what it will do is, it is similar like your lambda function or a transformation function only, but thing is it will perform on each and every element you have in a list or you have in your data. So map function is performing each element transformation. It is not single on overall data set. It will go to each and every data whatever you have data set, and it will do the transformation and it will be display that. So map function takes two arguments, lambda function and iterable types like a list, some data set, maybe Excel file. Just imagine like Excel file. Now assume that this is a March and everybody is getting a hike. If I perform, what is the profit, the extra amount which you are paying to the Indian region? I can say 10% growth or 20% growth. That is the region level. But what about employee wise? Employee is nothing but individual record, right? Amar salary, Yamini salary, Giri salary. So there should be a percentage increment, element transformation has to be there. So 1 lakh to 1 lakh 5,000, 1 lakh to 1 lakh 10,000, some transformation has to be there. So when you want to perform on each element wise, then go with map. So I have a list 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Adding 5 to each element of the list. I want to add some number to each element. How to add it? In the sense, map in bracket, my first argument is supposed to be lambda. So lambda x colon x plus 5. So when you use x colon x plus 5, system is going to be add 5 to each element, each x value within the list, and it will be converted as a map object. But I don't want to take it as a map object. It should be take it as a list or set or tuple. So on top of map, I'm going to take it as a list and store it into a new variable called residence, res, result. When you say print result, system is going to return 15, 25, 35, 45 and 55. You can see here 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. Is it clear how it works? Map.
Yes.
Can't I do the same thing without map function? Now I have employees data, employee data 101, Amar, salary, department, location and gender. Now I want to do salary increment for everyone, like 5,000 or 10,000, some are 10% of their current CTC, something like this. 10% of their current CTC, it has to be hike, or 6% hike, something like this I want to do. So those scenario, what I can do is I can use lambda function, lambda with a map. So because every element has to be changed, so map in bracket lambda, I'm passing x value, nothing but data set, colon, and which value, which position value has to be changed, salary range. So my first one is 0, employee ID, 1, employee name, third 2, employee salary. So second position value has to be changed. So x in square bracket 2 plus the amount what you want to be at. It was my mistake. I supposed to enter 5,000, but I entered 50,000. So just subject point of view, take it as 5,000, comma, data set name. So system is going to be add 5,000 or 50,000, the number whatever you entered, to the position wherever you have second position 0, 1, 2 salary, and it will be each record whatever you have it will be updated and it will be written as a map object. But since we want as a list on top of map object, I just use list object, list function. System convert the map object as a list object and store it into res. Now when you see res, what is happening means you can see the salaries. The salaries only you can see. What about other data? Generally, as a company, I want to see all the data, right? Employee name, employee ID, salary, location, and gender. But when you update like this, system is going to return only the x square bracket 2. But what I want is I want to see all the records, all the information you have in record. From the employee ID to gender, I want to see. Those scenario, when you want to return all the columns, then use a bracket and mention the column names, column position names x. You can see here a bracket and the first column, comma, second column, comma, third column, and the third column you are adding 50,000, comma, fourth column onwards. Every column has to be there. So I just given a range. System is going to display all the columns by giving an increment of 50,000 to the employee salary and store it into RES. Now when you see RES, you can see all the columns you can see. Along with that, you also can see increment salary. Clear? Any questions? Hello?
No, Amar.
No, I want to do one thing as a capitalize. Maybe the letter has to be capitalized. The name starts with capitalize. Now every Amar, Yamini, Giri are in small letters. I want to capitalize and I want to increase the salary of 50,000. Two functions has to be happen. So the column name in the lambda x colon the position where you have the name x square bracket 1 comma capitalize comma salary where you have x square bracket 2 plus the salary how much you want to give. Instead of giving plus 50,000, multiply with 10%, 0.1.1. System will take it into 10% increment and so on. System is going to be do the capitalize activity. You can see capital Amar and capital Amini and so on. Any questions on this map function? Now, M male and female, I want a full thing. I don't want a half of like a abbreviation like M, F, something like that. So why don't you use a replace function? So the position where you want to use a replace, just use the replace. In the fifth position, you have a gender, and I want to replace as a M as a male, and F as a female. But as I explained you earlier, one expression you can do it, but you cannot do multiple expression. That means I can take it M as a male only in the first iteration, store it into RES. So when you see it here, you can see male only, but you cannot see female. Where is that? It's not executed. Okay, no problems. So you can see only the male and one expression in lambda, not multiple expressions. So the data set is stored into RES. M has been become as a male, but female is, expression is not maintained. So F is going to be remains F. Now in the second iteration, what I'll do is in place of actual data set called EMPS, I'm just passing RES. Nothing but where I have the transform data. And in the transform data, again, I'm using a replace function. Here I'm giving F equal to female. That means in my first iteration, M equal to male, which is M replace function. I'm using M is a male. From on the actual data set, real data set, which is a transform RES, I'm using for the second iteration, where I'm using again the replace function. F is nothing but female, and I'm storing back to RES. Now when you print RES, system is going to take M as a male and F as a female. Clear? You can see male and female. So by using replace function. Any questions on this from anyone?
No, Amar.
So we have an option to go with Boolean functions also. Boolean functions we'll discuss tomorrow, and we'll drop it now. Any questions on this so far? Yeah, how many